Yes, there are some requirements. I want you to be taking a bit of notes as you are going along. It's very, very easy. This will help you with your worksheets. So for wherever you are, make sure you've got something to write with, something to write on, and take a few points. So we are going to be picking one whale of study this afternoon, and then we want to know whether a whale is a mammal or a fish, and then we need to know, like Pastor was saying, how big a whale is, and then also be able to draw, because I know there's COVID-19, you're not going camping, you cannot go to the sea and do what we can do without social distancing ourselves enough. So you can draw your whale on an A4 sheet, and then you can send it to Pastor Dan so that it can also be published. And then we also want to learn some 5 facts about a whale. And then you will see all these requirements on your worksheet. We will know about where it lives and also how it interacts with other whales, how long it lives, how many babies, and we'll be able maybe to listen also to the sounds of whales this afternoon. And then you can make your whale also of clay dough. Just make sure you make a nice little whale. And we are going to go to the Bible and know more about the big fish. So there are many types of whales. I know you know a lot of them, but there are about 90 species, 90 different types of whales. But the most common types are the North Atlantic whale, the blue whale, the sei, the humpback, the mink, fin, bowhead, and killer whales. But our award requires us just to talk about just one whale. So my whale of choice this afternoon, it might be yours. You may think, okay, I need something different, but mine is a blue whale. So we're going to know more about the blue whale this afternoon. Our requirement, we need to know whether it's a mammal or not. So the question is, what is a mammal? A mammal, there are 4 things, at least I've listed 4, there are more than 4 things that you can know that something is a mammal. That is, if it breathes air, takes in air and comes out, air goes in and comes out, and then if it gives birth to live babies, so it doesn't lay eggs, but it gives birth to live babies, and then it also grows hair at some point during its life. It can be born without hair, but at some point in its life, it can be born with hair, but at some point it should have hair on its body. And then in addition to this, it also feeds its young ones or its babies with milk. So that's what a mammal is. So now we are going to this, if you can, I don't know whether you know these animals, how much you know about them. There are 5 animals. Okay, I'll count the elephant and its baby as one animal or one mammal. In this, I want you to put in the chat, how many mammals can you spot in the chat? Things that can have hair, or at some point in their life, things that can feed, or animals that can feed their babies with milk, animals that breathe air.
Okay, I'm getting some answers here. 3, some are saying 4, some are saying 2. Okay.
Okay, actually the answer is 3. The turtle is not a mammal. It lays eggs. The lizard or whatever this reptile is also lays eggs. It's not a mammal. They've got shells. They don't have hair. So 3 is the correct answer. Well done. There are more quizzes. We'll see how we get on. Don't get discouraged. Let's go on. Let's keep moving.
Okay.
And I said here, they also breathe air. So you can see here a dog is a type of mammal. An elephant is a type of mammal. They actually, air comes in and they breathe out air. I'm sure you're wondering, why am I saying this? Let's wait and see. Now, we've got a fish and a blue whale. Does a fish breathe in air or it breathes in water? Your answers in the chat.
Oh, some are saying water. Okay. Somebody has raised a hand. Yes, just type your answers. Some are, yes, many are saying they breathe water. Some are saying they breathe air. So
we're getting a lot of waters, but a few airs as well.
Okay. A lot of, yes, they breathe in air. Actually, what they do, they breathe in air. So they take in air through their mouth and then their fins. And then what happens is that the air is actually dissolved in the water. And then it filters that air and it circulates in his body. So it doesn't. So does that make a fish a mammal? Is a fish a mammal or not?
does that make a fish a mammal just because it requires oxygen? So there is a no here. Mancini, what about you there? You have a yes or a no?
So I'm seeing no's here as well. Mostly no's.
Well done, well done.
Yes.
Very, very intelligent people. It's not a mammal. It does not breathe air. It breathes in water. And then the whale, it actually breathes in air through what they call a blowhole. It has got an opening right at the top. So what it does is it stays in the water, and then when it needs air, it shoots to the surface or to the top of the water or the ocean, and then it takes in air, it goes down again, and then that's how it takes in air. So also, when we said one of the things that a mammal does, it gives birth to live babies. And a fish lays eggs. All fish, they lay eggs. But a whale, it gives birth to a live baby, just like mom and dad gave birth to you and me as babies. And we are fed on milk. So a whale feeds. It gives birth to a live baby. So, before I go there, now for our requirement, is a whale a fish or a mammal?
Is a whale a fish or a mammal? Let's see the answer. Come on, guys. Let's see the answer. Is it a whale, a fish, mammal? Somebody said mammal here. Mammal, mammal. A mammal, fish. One said fish.
Fish, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, don't get discouraged.
Mammals.
Yeah, it is a mammal. It is
Right.
a mammal. And sorry, I've moved. There is a question here. There's a quiz time. I want you to tell me what is a fish? What do you know about a fish? I think I've already given the answers.
What is a fish?
So what is a fish? So a fish is an animal which ... Somebody says lays eggs.
Yes.
Swims in the water.
Yes.
Lives in water. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
let's see. There are more points. Well done.
Yeah. So
thank you.
Our people in Facebook, they're saying, we've got answers like laying eggs as well. Yeah, we've got
okay.
those
thank
answers.
You.
Somebody says doesn't blink.
Oh, interesting. I'm sure. Yeah, it doesn't have eyelids, does it? No, it doesn't have eyelids. Thank you. A fish.
Somebody says it has gills.
It has gills, yes.
And scales.
And scales, yes. It lays eggs. It has a backbone.
But do all fish have scales? That's the thing.
They may have a hard skin. Because they have, we know as Adventists, if we eat meat, we only eat fish with scales. But there are some fish without scales.
Yes.
Okay.
Somebody says no hair.
That's true. Because it's only mammals that have hair at some point in their life. So you are listening. Well done, well done. So we know now what a mammal is. We know what a fish is. We know what a whale is. Okay. So do whales grow hair?
Do whales grow hair? What do we have? Yes, no. True, yes. Some do, some don't. So it's a mixed bag of answers here. How about Facebook?
I don't think we've reached that stage yet.
Okay.
Just because of the delay, but yes, getting answers of yes coming through. False, somebody says. Some people saying no, some people saying yes. Some is an answer.
Okay, let's see then. It's time to reveal the answer. Most whales have hair follicles. Can you see the hair in the mouth of this
Oh, yeah.
whale? Can you see those piece of hair there?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, they, you know, where like cats have whiskers.
Yeah.
Whales grow hair around those areas. It might not be a lot of hair, but definitely a fish doesn't have even a one hair follicle. So they do grow hair, and you know, of course we're looking at the blue whale, but whales like the humpback, they also have visible hairs, and they have got hair follicles. They've got like bumps around their bodies, and there's only one hair follicle or one hair on each bump. So it might not be a lot of hair, but still they do grow hair. They do have hair. Okay, I've got a very intelligent class. Well done. Keep it up. And then here, I just want, this is just in passing. This is an octopus. Is it a whale? Is it a fish, or is something else? An octopus, is it a fish? Is it a whale, or is something else? What are the answers? Your answers in the chat?
No one's responding.
Okay, Pastor is not on the, okay. An octopus is not a fish because it does not have a backbone. It's like, it's a soft jelly-like creature. So it's not a fish. And then what about a starfish?
So feel free to put your answers in the chat. Starfish, what would you classify as? Is it a whale, fish, or something else?
A starfish. I'm seeing here. Okay. We haven't yet gotten answers. We're still waiting. Yeah.
Okay, because of our time, we'll move on. A starfish is not, it lives in water. It only has the name fish and it ends there. It does not have gills. It does not have fins. So it's not a fish. Okay?
Yeah, we've got Priscilla Karagu saying none of the above.
Yeah, that's good. Yes, it's none of the above. So the game that we've been playing, so whales, they do share some similarities with fish, but there are things that are very different or very distinct between them. Whales have hair, as we have seen. They give birth to live babies. They breathe in air. Of course, like fish, they live in water. Like fish, they have fins. Like fish, they can swim. But whales, fish, unlike whales, they lay eggs, they have scales, and they breathe water. They don't breathe air, okay? I'm sure the requirements will be so easy because they've been doing really, really, really well, okay? Now, how long do you think a fully grown blue whale is? I want you to put a car, as long as a car, as long as a bus, B, or as long as a plane. How big do you think it is? Your answers in the chat.
Okay. A, B, or C? We're waiting. Okay, C, C, C.
C, yeah, a lot of C's.
A lot of C's. They are right. A whale is as big as a big aeroplane. is as big, when it's fully grown, it's as big as 6 elephants put together, 3 buses put together. So it's a massive, massive, massive being, animal. So when it's fully grown, it can grow up to about 30 meters. 30 meters is so long. Even maybe our houses, our bedroom plus our living room, and they won't even come up to 30 meters. That's how big it is. It's massive. And it's so big that it weighs 173 tons. That's massive. That's big.
Wow.
That's, I don't know, a ton is 1,000 kilograms. And then it's 173. That's how big. I think it's 1,000 kilograms. So that's how big a whale is. It's massive. So we are talking here of a big, 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 giant animal. Okay. And now, true or false? A blue whale's tongue can weigh as much as an elephant. We have seen that it's as big as 6 elephants. And a tongue, look at your tongue, the size of your tongue and your body. And then we are saying here, a blue whale's tongue can weigh as much as 6 elephants. As an elephant. Is this true or false? Your charts, we are using our chart to answer these questions.
I'm getting true,
Yeah.
false.
So adventurers, please let's behave in our chat as well. Only write once. Faith, Zingai, please. Okay. So only write your answer once and only right answer that you need. Okay. So true or false? Says question that's come. A blue whale's tongue can weigh as much as an elephant. Is that true or false? Put your answers in the chat. They're coming through. We've got some true, false.
Yes, there are some false.
Yeah.
Okay,
We've got
it's
some
time
false
to reveal
coming
the
through
answer.
from Facebook. True from Facebook.
Okay, it's time to reveal the answer. Yes, it's true. Well done. I clap hands for you. Well done, well done. A blue whale's tongue is about the size and the weight of a fully grown African elephant. So can you see in the picture that elephant standing on top of the tongue of a blue whale? That's how big, how massive a whale is and how big his tongue is. Okay, let's continue. Quiz time, true or false? A blue whale's heart can weigh as much as Pastor Equisa.
Oh my. Is that true or false?
Yeah. Does the blue whale's heart weigh as much as Pastor Equisa?
False, true, false, true, false.
I suppose it all depends, do we know how much you weigh, Pastor?
Yeah. Let me finish them. They know, man. Some are saying true,
Some are saying true.
Okay.
Trues in Facebook.
Okay, false.
Let's continue.
Well,
let's continue.
Okay, go on.
Okay, it's false. And then maybe is a blue, that's false.
Okay.
It weighs much more than that. A blue whale's heart, can it weigh as much as Pastor Equisa and Pastor Dayan together?
All righty. So combine the two pastors together. Do they weigh as much as Pastor Dayan and Pastor Equisa together?
The question
so
is,
getting some
before lunch or after lunch, really?
So I think after lunch, after Pastor Dan has had lunch, does it weigh as much? We've got Facebook here as, Karen, Anoti, Dasha, Felicia saying true. And I think, a lot of people on Zoom chat as well saying true, but we've got some falses as well.
Okay, it's time to reveal the answer. It's false.
Oh, false.
Yeah, a blue whale's heart can weigh as much as a car.
Oh my.
So that's how big it is. A tongue that can weigh as much as an elephant and a heart that can weigh as much as a car. That's big. That's big. Okay, let's continue. Don't get discouraged. We still have more quizzes to come on. Just let's keep plowing on. Okay. a whale, if you look, I'm sure you can see the map, there's something again in our requirement to see where it lives and it's how it migrates. Whales do not stay in one place. They actually move. You know, all the green dots, if you can see, or all the green squares, they indicate where whales breed. And then all the red dots, sorry, where they feed. And you're asking me, I'm sure you'll be asking me a question. Why do they have to feed all the way up there, over England, going up, you know, up towards the North Pole? Why? And then why do they have to breed further down here? Whales do not eat every day. We learn as we go. So when it's time to feed, when it's in the summer, they go all the way up where the green dots are, or the green squares are, and then they feed, they eat. We'll see what they eat. They will eat, and then after that, when it's getting cooler, they swim all the way down. For those that are in the northern side, upper part of the map, those that are on the southern part or that are on the bottom part of the map, they go up when it's winter because it's warmer there, okay? So they do migrate. So for example, all whales are found in oceans because they are so big. Oceans are big. So because of their size, for them to survive, they normally live in oceans. In all oceans, there is, can you tell me the oceans that you know? Can you just type one ocean that you know?
Okay.
Because they don't live in the Arctic.
Indian Ocean.
Yes.
Here. Atlantic.
Yes, you find whales there.
Pacific.
Yes, you find whales there.
Okay. Pacific, Atlantic,
Okay.
Atlantic.
Yeah,
Solid. Mediterranean.
It's a sea,
That's
is
a
it?
sea.
Okay. So it's those big oceans that they live in, and they migrate from one point in the ocean to another point in the ocean. So they, in summer, that's when they feed, and then in winter, that's when they breed. So they don't, but there are some evidence that some individual whales remain in one place all year round. And so what it means, that is blue whales of the North Pacific spend their winters in their breeding grounds off California and Costa Rica. Come spring, they swim up the coast to North America towards the food-rich summer waters of the Pacific Northwest. So they know where food is, so they go up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. I don't know for how long. We will see how long they live. Okay, so here are whales in migration. So during their migration, they are known to travel as much as 16,000 miles. That's a long distance. That's a long, long distance. I was thinking, what is it from here from Coventry to London? I live in Coventry. It's just over 100 miles. And then how many times? 16,000 times.
Wow.
1,600 times going back to London, going back and forth and forth and forth. Some of them that travel the furthest. So they move from one part of the ocean to another. And now the question is, they are so big and they do a lot of traveling. How many years do you think the whales generally live for? Your answers in the chat.
How many years? 200.
Okay.
200.
Okay.
200, thousands.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. What about Facebook?
Let's just see what responses come back. How many years do you think a blue whale generally live for? We've got
one has written 400,000.
100 there, that's come up. Some people saying 500, 400. Somebody says, somebody said a billion.
They think big. Okay, let's see how long they live for. Blue whales live for about 80 to 90 years in the wild.
Oh, wow.
So they are safe, because there are things that kill whales as well. So normally they live 80 to 90 years. And their females, they give birth to calves. You know, their baby whales, they're not called baby whale. They're called calves. It's a calf. So every 2 or 3 years, they give birth. And normally a baby is in the mother's womb for 9 months. But for whales, it's about a year. That's how, you know, a whale is pregnant for a year, then it gives birth to a child. And I can see that little whale there, you know, migrating with his parent. So it doesn't mean that when it's born, it has to be nursed and then sit there. And it actually is born to live, to survive. It just takes on what it is meant to do or created to do. Okay, so
Johan James and Eve Burrs, they got it spot on Facebook there, so well done to them. We had Melmoy and Nube as well, got that right. You know, Lukomano and Taboka. Yeah, very good answers.
Thank you. And how tall do you think your baby brother or sister is? If we ask a whale, any guesses? Oh, sorry. How tall do you think your baby brother or sister is when they're born? Any guesses?
Hey, any guesses? How tall are baby whales? Any guesses? Come on, somebody. 100 centimeters.
That's
Somebody said as long as a bus. One is 35 centimeters. As long as a bus.
Must be a toy bus. 2 meters, 3 meters, you know.
Okay. We can move on, is it?
Yes.
Okay. When born, the blue whale calf is about 7 meters long. Big, is it? As long as most living, maybe longer than most living rooms. Because living rooms are about, the standard ones are about 5 meters long, 4.5, 7, if it's a combined lounge and living room. So they are long, and they weigh about 2,267 to 2,722 kilograms. That is 5,000 to 6,000 pounds. So already they are big when they are born. They are born big. They are not little things. They are big things. Okay? Big animals indeed. And then the question is, we know that a big whale is as big as an aeroplane. And a baby whale is about 7 meters tall when it's born. What kind of food does it eat? Whales eat krill. And a blue whale eats up to 3,600 kgs of krill each day for 120 days. How many days are in a year?
How many days in a year? And somebody has put on for food 365. Somebody has
spot on.
Yes, 365 days, but they only eat for 120 days. So it means for another 245 days, they are not eating, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Either they are on the move or they are in the breeding place where there's no food. So it is estimated that in a tummy of, it can keep up to about 1,000 kilograms of food in its tummy. And its food is called krill. Krill, that's the food. That's, that picture is the picture. It's a blown picture of a krill. How big do you think krill is? If a whale, big as it is, it feeds on krill. How big do you think krill is? That's krill when it's, oh, sorry, I shouldn't have shown that. How big do you think krill is?
So we got a 1 inch, 5 inches, 6 centimeters.
Okay, we'll see. So you can see someone is holding krill, quite a number of krill in their, they've seen my, I hope not. They are holding krill in their hands, and that's what krill looks like when it's in the ocean. And krill is as long as a person's little finger. That's how small it is. It's so small. Isn't it a miracle that something so small can feed such a big, big animal? It's about 2.5 inches long, about about maximum about 6 centimeters long, and it's only 2 grams in weight. It's so small, but the big giant feeds on that. That's the food of the blue whale. Amazing. Now the question is, we have seen how big a whale is. What would happen if you were swallowed by a whale? Your answers in the chat.
What would happen if you were swallowed by a whale? Come on now, adventurers. What would happen if a whale swallowed you? What would happen? Somebody said scream. Okay, die, but I think you meant Jonah, but Jonah survived. Die. Jonah was swallowed by a whale. Yep, so that's what we're getting
Some
at.
people say you will die. Somebody will pass out. Our Facebookers say will die.
Okay.
Live, somebody says.
Okay. The good thing is that whales don't swallow people. But there is a story in the Bible. We all know the story of Jonah. Jonah was swallowed by a big fish. The Bible doesn't tell us which kind of fish, just says a big fish. It would be so good for us to go and read Jonah chapter 1 and chapter 2, and we'll know the story of Jonah. But for the sake of our presentation, our word today, we are going to listen to the book of Jonah, the story of Jonah is read to us by Pastor Chidi. Let's listen.
Just before you play, just remind you you've got 10 minutes to go. 10 minutes. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Pastor.
So you've got no sound there, Edith. Just wondering if you enabled the sound when you shared your screen. There's a tick box for sound that you do need to enable. So you might need to just stop sharing and then reshare it.
I would say, I would just say maybe she can just talk us through, because sometimes it's not always easiest to do it unless she's able to do it quickly.
Okay, I will talk you through.
Yes. You could just go to full presentation screen, and or you can move on and just tell us what was in that video in that way.
Okay, it's just reading really the story. Am I still sharing my screen?
You're sharing your screen, but it's not in a full presentation.
Okay, that's fine. That's okay. I moved to another screen. That's fine. What was in the video is just the story of Jonah, really, how Jonah was sent to Nineveh by God, but he decided to go to Tarshish instead. And then he went to a port, and then he boarded a ship that was going to Tarshish. And when they were in the middle of the sea, when there was no one, when there was no land or anyone at all around, a big storm arose. And as the storm was beating left and right and center on the boat was almost, or the ship was almost breaking into pieces. But Jonah was fast asleep at the bottom of the ship. And then everyone was praying. But finally they found Jonah sleeping. They woke him up. And then he told them, they said, okay, pray to your God. They told him, we are in a very difficult position. And then Jonah said, the reason why we are in this situation is because I refuse to listen to God. So I'm in this situation because of this. So at the end, Jonah was thrown into the bottom into the sea, and there was a big fish, as big as the whale that you have seen. I don't know how big it was, but it was big enough to swallow Jonah. And as you have said, Jonah didn't die. Maybe some people have been eaten by sharks, they've died, but Jonah didn't die because God wanted to use him in Nineveh. He went there. He was in that tummy for about 3 days and 3 nights, but finally the fish sort of vomited him onto the beach, and then he walked out. He was all dirty and soggy, but finally he managed to preach the word. And then the people in Nineveh, they stopped doing their sins and they turned back to God. Okay, now we proceed. Quiz time now. Is true or false? These are some facts about whales. True or false? Whale's milk looks like toothpaste. Is this true or false? Your answers in the chat.
So we're getting some truths. Some people saying true. Some people saying false, false, true. Some people saying ew. Facebookers are saying true.
Okay, that's fine. The answer is true. Whale's milk does look like toothpaste. Okay, next. True or false? Whales can sink during sleep.
So can whales sink during sleep? Is that true or false?
That's a good one.
Some are saying true, true. If so,
yeah.
we've got some truths coming up on Facebook. Some falses. False, easy, false, true. So it's a mixed bag.
Answer is true. Whales can sleep whilst they are sleeping. Okay.
Sink you mean?
True or false? Whales like singing.
Do they like singing?
Whales like singing. La 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 la. Somebody says, true, false, true.
Like Pastor Equisa.
True 1,000 times. Okay.
Okay, the answer is true. Whales sing to communicate. So, whales are the largest mammals on the planet. Is this true or false?
Whales are the largest. Yes, true, true, true here.
Thank you.
We've got true.
Yes, yes, indeed.
True.
They are the largest mammals on the planet or in the world. Okay, it was all true. And then these interesting facts, whales' tails are unique. They are not like fish. And here you can see how they are shaped. A single whale eats up to 1 million calories a day. That's how big they are. And then blue whales do not have teeth. They don't have teeth at all. They've got hardened gums. And whales, they breathe air. Okay. Unfortunately, we cannot sing, but it would be good for us if someone would sing. I know you love singing. As adventurers, I've seen videos of adventurers singing on the BUC site. Though that combined, project is good. Whales like singing. And here are blue whales, little blue whales that are singing. They are enjoying themselves, they are singing. And especially the humpback whales, they sing and they're exploring, it's like, someone is walking around. They'll be singing as they go along. And also when they move to somewhere new, they'll be like trying to see whether there are other whales around them. So it's like a way of communicating. And they've been observed also, scientists have observed that they sing during feeding periods. Maybe it's because they're just happy to say there's food. It's a way of, just like birds, they chirp when they're eating. So they also sing. And also when they've lost a loved one or when they are feeling lonely over extended periods of time, they also sing. Maybe it's trying just to keep themselves calm, or maybe they're trying to communicate to say, here am I, can you come here and also be with me? So they really do love singing. Okay, I'm not going to do now, as I have said, we need to draw a whale, a full-blown whale, a full-grown whale. So we take our pencils, we take our colors. Because of our time, we're not going to do that, but you need to draw a whale, and it will be great. I'll show you a picture of a whale with this unique tail.
Wow.
And then you send our whales, our pictures. Let's send them to Pastor Dan on the email address that he has provided in the chat.
We'll put the email address in the chat for Pastor Dan. Get your drawing colors out and put your best drawing and send it to Pastor Dan.
Thank you. Okay.
There it is. The
Yeah.
email is supposed
Okay.
to
And then finally, you know, whales, they are a wonderful creature. They are wonderful animals, but unfortunately, they are dying. And as adventurers, we can do something to save the whale. In our homes, yes, we can do something. Yes, 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 yes. And how is it that we can help to save the whale? We can by throwing our rubbish responsibly so that it does not end in the oceans. Because whales live in the oceans, and when it rains, all the rubbish is actually swept to sea. There are so many whales that have died because people have put plastic in the ocean. So they put things that do not decompose or that do not rot into the ocean. And as a result, whales die because of that. So if we throw our rubbish responsibly in the designated places or in the places where rubbish should be thrown, that would be great. And also if we use less plastic, let's tell our parents to use less plastic. Let's get those bags that they can use and use and use and use and use again. When we are going shopping, tell them, let's get a bag that we can use over and over and over and over again. So recycling plastic and many other things will help save the whale, okay? We are coming to the end of our presentation. So remember to send your drawings to Pastor Dan by Tuesday evening so that you can include them in the gallery, which is posted on Wednesday. And his email address you have already been given. And if you complete the requirements, I'm sure you have already attended. All you need to do is to draw the whale and fill in the answers in the worksheet, and then bang on, you've got your badge, you've got your whale award. May God bless you. Thank you.
Well,